Hey everybody, welcome. I am Ethan James from Divine Pro Wrestling, and you are drinking at Moe's.
This is Drinkin at M.O.I.S.T, where we talk about the pros of pro wrestling in the Midwest while sipping on some brews with blessed beers and wrestling. That's my scene. Death matches and lucha libre, it's all so mean. I'm a straight up smart goofball, not no kiss ass. I stand tall when it comes to wrestling. I'm the king. I know every move, every fling. Get ready for a wild time with Drinkin at M.O.I.S.T, where we don't quit. Drinkin at M.O.I.S.T, that's where it's at, like a power bomb. We hit hard, never flat. Fucking right, we're living the dream. Talking about wrestling, oh it's a scream.
You know, I've always said here at Drinkinatmos, just because it says drinking at Moe's does not mean it has to be alcoholic. So I'm happy to say Drinking at Moe's is sponsored by Prince Nana Coffee, the, the exact same guy you see every week on Dynamite, on Collision. Yes, he has his own coffee, and it's freaking delicious. They don't even roast those beans until you've placed your order. And you might be telling me, hey, Big Mo, I'm more of a tea guy. They got you covered there too. Use the referral link in the description of this video. And let's get you dancing like Prince Nana with Prince Nana Coffee. All right, everybody, welcome to Drinking Mo's. Big Mo here. You know the drill by now. YouTube, like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff everybody says, because YouTube's algorithm is a pain in the ass. Where most places can find the audio podcast too. Don't forget about those. And I am excited to welcome back Divine Pro Wrestling. We're going to talk about their show coming up October 10th. Some great women's wrestling action, which, you know, there's been some all women shows that have gotten some high praise as of late. And Divine Pro is definitely one that deserves a lot of it because, you know, as far as independent scene goes, you don't see like uniqueness. I've always said few and far between wrestling in general. Divine Pro Wrestling has got something unique and awesome, and I'm excited to have you back with me again.
I'm excited to be here as well. And I don't mean to toot our own horn. We're one of the only full-time all women's wrestling promotions. So you see a lot of places. Honor Among Wrestling puts on a great show. Dreamwave puts on a great show. I do
Mm-hmm.
want to give them all their props. They're
Oh,
doing
very
great things.
much.
The folks down at Hooligan Championship Wrestling with their Queendom, they have it Bell to Bell out in New Jersey. These are all different places. Bell to Bell
Mm-hmm.
is a full-time women's wrestling thing, though. So very much in the same vein, but what's amazing to us is that they're able to put on two shows, both a regular stuff and the women's show. But ours is just this. This is just it. This is our bread and butter, and that's why what we do so well.
Oh yeah, you
And I
guys.
appreciate being here.
Oh yeah, no, I love having you on the first time, and then getting to have you on again. Mentioned, you know, that first episode is one of the it's one of in general the most viewed episodes, one of the top like 15, 20. But as of like just preview episodes for a particular show, the most viewed one all.
You know what, I love it. That is awesome. Maybe we can do the same thing this time. So let's hope we can do it. And one thing I do want to say too is on top of all of the wonderful promotions that I had already mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
one way that you can always help, and this is helping all women's wrestling, is there's a great streaming service out there called Title Match Network.
Mm.
We are on Title Match Network. Title Match Network gets our shows before anybody else does. It's up on there. The entire show is up on their YouTube for free. Or if you have Title Match subscription, you can go on there and there's a little bit extra that's on the Title Match Network than there is on the actual YouTube show that they put out there. All of the
Ah.
matches are there, but you don't get the behind the scenes footage, you don't get the vignettes, you don't get the
Ooh.
interviews. So,
Ah.
and the cool thing, I do have to say this because this is kind of the when we first did this, it was really my first rodeo. So while I'm a guy that kind of arranges stuff and has, basically final say on what goes on at Divine, it is definitely a team culture.
Mm.
It takes a village to make something run. It takes a
Yeah,
village, and I'm the village idiot, is kind of the way I like to put it. Everybody else is incredibly talented. Our friend Peapod is on there.
mm.
CJ Owen, if he's trying to get his name out there, we do want to do
Yeah.
that. If you're looking
Yep.
for a
No. Shout
fantastic
out to him. Shout out to him. Definitely.
If you're looking for a fantastic commentary guy, somebody who can do it all, edits shows, everything, CJ Owen, aka Peapod. I also want to plug my lovely color analyst, Summer Rawson, who is also insanely talented, is currently shooting, I believe, another short film right now. But what's really cool about that is that now they have a place that's also publishing their work, and it's another place that's getting their stuff out there. Um,
Nice.
and I couldn't be happier about it. It's kind of crazy. I don't remember exactly what the was the first show, Season of Change. Is that what we did the preview for?
I think it was Waltz.
Endless Waltz. Okay, so it
That
was
was it. Yeah.
so it was before the January show this year. And what's insane to me is now I kind of feel like an old pro at this. We got 5 shows under our belt. I think it's 5 or 6 shows under our belt. We're rolling into this next one. Um, I've got a whole slate of shows planned out for next year. I have dates for next year already. And
Nice.
we have dates. You know how crazy that is? We have a venue that loves us. We love our venue too. Shout out Uplift Ann Arbor. We possibly have a show with our friends at Flow. I don't have total details on that, but we can touch base on that at some other time. I'm sure John and Scott and the boys would love to get back
Oh
on
yeah.
here and
Oh
we can
yeah.
rabble rouse.
Oh, for sure. I mean, heck, I have the. I mean, it's back here. I have the referee shirt they sent me for being the official podcast partner there for season 2. So looking forward to I would love to do it again with them. Season 3 coming up next year. So
Yep.
may get in there and yeah, no, great stuff. And although they're before this show coming up, you had crowned a champion in somebody I'm a huge fan of in Alice Crowley, who ended up having to relinquish.
Yeah, so the thing that happens when you get good, that Alice Crowley is, Big Al is good.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
not cut the, we can cut the fat right off of that. Um, is that you become in demand. Alice Crowley also happens to be the JCW, the Juggalo Championship Wrestling Women's Champion, is doing slap fight. I think it's called. I'm not sure what it's.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that
Dana White's hand slapping competition, or anyway, doing incredible things out there in that world. And when that happens, card becomes subject to change, and sometimes people's
Mhm.
availabilities go away. Now, what's really cool is I something got announced today, the day that we're filming this, not the day that it drops. So this is going to be out. People are going to know this. Now, I've known this for quite a while, and this is why things kind of changed a little bit. Why I understood that Alice had to drop the belt, and we were able to crown a new champion at last
Mhm.
show. Um, but Al's also going to Tokyo Joshi Pro.
Ooh.
And so you're Big Al's going to Japan, which is awesome. I'm super excited for it. I'm so glad I don't have to keep that secret anymore. Because I've known because it was essentially one of those things to where, hey, we can make this work out if you can make it to the next show. We can put off the match until then. Unfortunately, with an opportunity this big, Al wasn't able to do that.
Yeah.
So we do hope to see Al back in Divine at some point. There's no bad beef with us at all. We love Al. I know that our current new champion, Stxrm Garçon, is still wants that one-on-one. I know that Storm does not feel great about winning the championship the way she did. Heather Blue is a hell of a competitor, but Storm really, really, really wanted to right what she felt was a wrong by not facing Alice Crowley one-on-one. So stay tuned in the future. We're going to try to make that match happen next
Oh,
year.
that would be one I would personally love to see. I've been a fan of Alice for a while, and ever since getting introduced to Storm through that first episode that we did, I've become a fan of hers as well because it's like Justin, she has that entertainment, that it factor with the entertainment that just you can't help but watch.
Agreed. So one of the really cool things that this is I'm pulling the curtain back a little bit on things here, but like wrestling's entertainment, right?
Mhm.
So like we love wrestling. We watch wrestling to be entertained. We don't watch wrestling to be bored. If you wanted to, you can go watch amateur wrestling. I don't, people can come at me in the comments for that. I don't care. It's to me, it's great. I think amateur wrestling is fantastic. Anybody's listening, amateur wrestling is fantastic to watch live in person. I just think it's a little boring on TV. It's kind of like watching paint dry.
Yeah,
Um,
in person, yeah, that's one of those sports. Not to interrupt you, in person, it can. There's something about being there live, but it's definitely one of those sports that trying to watch it on TV. I know for me as well as you, it's just something that it's not there when you're watching it on TV.
it's not. You just kind of there's the aura is missing, and you feel that when you're in the building. So in reality, our location that we run out of now, and we've locked in for the next at least through 2026, is a queer bar in Ann Arbor, Michigan. It's called Uplift. They're absolutely fantastic ownership. They have really embraced us as it comes to us as a promotion and what we do. But we also are not trying to sell them somebody we're not. We're not gonna
Yeah,
get, you're not gonna get WWE out of us, but you're gonna get a hell of a show. Um, and really what was amazing about that is that we went to a location that didn't know anything about wrestling. Their owners had never watched wrestling to the extent their wrestling knowledge was The Rock, right? And in whatever movies he's been in since he, retired from full-time in-ring competition. That's all they knew. And like stone cold. And that's cool.
yeah,
But what that tells me is, hey, I have an opportunity here. So we do the first show there, which is Sapphire Series, which is back in April. We did the first show, and before the show started, so my thing is I love being on camera for other people's shows, not for this, because it's not about me.
yeah.
And podcasts aside, but we were able to ask a question up front, and it was, how many of you have ever been to a wrestling show? Now, we had approximately 100 people in the building, which doesn't seem like a ton until you realize that this building's the size of like a little bit bigger than a double wide, right?
Yeah.
And we were able to see three hands go up. And I knew those three people. Shout out to Greg, Katie, and whoever was with them at the time. They've come to shows before. We appreciate it. They're divine super fans. Um, sorry, my daughter. um, so shout out to them, loved it. But what was cool is out of those people, we were able to make fans. So we were able to make fans and create an audience. Um, it was incredible to see because then at the end of the night, you go, are you going to, how many of you are looking forward to coming back? And you see everybody's hands raised, and they'll always tell you that, yeah, they want to come back. But until the next show, you
Until
never
they
know if
actually
that's going to
do, yeah.
happen. I would say 80% of that audience came back the next
Nice.
show, and the 80% that came back brought people back with them.
Oh yeah, no, that's the great part of going to a place that maybe they haven't seen a lot of wrestling before. It can be, I can imagine, a scary experience because there's all that unknown about it because they haven't seen much wrestling there before. But then you have the opportunity to do what it seems like you guys very much did, and you made new fans, and they get to be like, man, I can't wait for the next one. I got to bring more people with me so they see this.
We had here the coolest thing ever too, right? What's cool? What's one of the coolest things about going to a live wrestling event, right? Besides the wrestling in the ring, you get to see the audience, the signs
Mm-hmm.
that they bring. We had people bringing signs, and to me, that's when you've made it. That's and
Yeah,
not I'm not talking about like me personally or the promotion, but like when somebody sees you as a wrestler and they're like, "Hey, I see that person. I like that person. I'm going to make them a sign and show that." So it, I just love it. I love the
Yeah.
atmosphere there. It's a reason that I have no problem calling it home. I do get people ask, they're like, "Hey, it's a 21 and up show. When are you going to do an all ages show?" We're looking into it. We're looking to see if we can do something potentially like a fest show or something like that, to where it still be divine, but it'll be
Yeah.
toned down a little bit. It won't be as, it won't be the exact setting, because I think what happens is you have things like like ECW, and they ran at the ECW arena, and it gave the show just this sense of aura. It's just, you knew, you tuned in and you said, "Hey, that's the place that they're at," or when they would run at Hammerstein. And now Uplift has this amazing mural on the wall that's painted by a local artist, and I their name escapes me currently, but it's glow in the dark. So it's
Nice.
got UV paint on it. They have black lights on during the match, so you can see it glowing in it. It actually kind of looks like the Lunacy canvas, which is really cool from JCW, but at the
Nice.
same time, it's not. Um,
Nice.
it's got different representations of different groups of people, different sects of the community, and it's super cool because it stands for representation, and that
That's
kind of
awesome.
folds with Divine and how we stand for representation. Um, and so there's a lot of things that have changed over the last 9 months, but we're to a point now where I think we're really finding our identity, and that's allowing us to look at what we can do to improve on what we already have. So I'm excited for the future.
Oh yeah.
But the present is now. And if you want to get into talking about what's about to happen on
Oh,
October
for
10th,
sure. Yeah, no, we could definitely do that. Speaking of, we were talking a little bit about the current Divine Champion. Why don't we start off with her match? Neo Pro
absolutely,
versus
because that is
Divine.
not, sorry about that. I was going to say that is not actually the main event of the show. So
Oh,
this will be
not
great.
actually the main event. Okay.
No, no,
Okay.
no. It's great though. We can start with that
But
because
yeah, because you could. Yeah. No, I
Mhm.
get where you're going. Yeah. Yep.
So please carry on. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean
No,
to
no.
interrupt you.
I was just thinking, yeah, because I had it in my head, champion in main, but yeah,
So
the
while it's
champion
not
isn't always in the main event spot now.
right, right, that is true. So while it's not the main event, it still does feature
Oh,
the
main.
main topic,
Yeah.
Stxrm Garçon. Um,
Yes. Going up.
so
Yeah. Going up against the Neo Pro Women's Champion. Neo Pro versus Divine, a non-title exhibition match, which, knowing I have a little bit more limited knowledge of Joseline Navarro. Hopefully, I pronounced the name right.
yep.
But that match right there, that's knowing the bit I do about her and Storm, that's going to be something to watch.
Jocelyn is a an amazing veteran competitor. I don't know if she's going to get mad at me about calling her a vet, but Jocelyn's been around enough time that I think that that's a good thing to do. She's definitely has proteges. She's taken a lot of people under her wing. In her own right, Jocelyn is a former Divine Pro champion.
Mm,
So along the same lines of Stella Buho and
mm.
Heather Blue and Jody Threat, Jocelyn is also a former Divine Pro champion. So there's a
Nice.
little bit of history tied there with us. However, this is a newly captured title. Before this all happens, there is a match at Neo Pro against Big Al Crowley. I do want to say this, regardless of the result of that match and regardless of the result of Stxrm Garçon's match, which will happen before this airs.
Mm.
Um, oh, actually, it won't. It won't. It'll be the day after this drops. Um,
Ah,
so, regardless of all of that, regardless of Stxrm Garçon is facing Ava Brooks, who is a young up and coming competitor
oh, yeah.
out of the central Pennsylvania area.
Past
Um,
guest. I've had her on. Definitely,
awesome.
definitely great talent there.
Awesome. So regardless of those, this match is going to happen regardless. You are going
Yeah.
to get Stxrm Garçon versus Joseline Navarro. And if you've ever seen any of them, either of them work, they put on a show. We're going to be, Joseline is both entertaining and charismatic, generally in a little bit more physical way than Storm is. Storm is just a whirlwind of emotions. She's our champion for a reason. She puts it on the line every single time. It just happens to not have the title on the line this time. But I that won't change the Storm Garçon that you're getting.
Oh yeah, no. Seeing what I have about Storm, yeah, no. Title on the line or not, you're gonna get a good damn show.
Yep. Yeah,
For sure.
you're getting the full you are getting the main topic. There's a reason that she calls herself the elevator. Um this is a match that I'm excited for. Some of our friends have replied on the post of it that it's worth the price of admission alone, which is really cool because like we have TNA talent on the show as well.
That you
So
do, yes. We can, you know what, heck, if we can go right into that, because yeah, I did say Ava Brooks that was going up against Storm, past guest, I believe still the AIWF Women's Champion. So that would be interesting to win two belts. But I'm pulling for Storm to get in there, so we get the titles aren't on the line, we get both of them bringing those belts in there. But yes, we did mention TNA talent that are going to be there. Dani Luna versus Ray Larson.
yes, Ray Larson is making her return to Divine Pro Wrestling. She has not wrestled on a Sapphire Series yet, but she was at our May show, which was Feeling This from Wyandotte, Michigan. Um, yeah, Ray is has been having a hell of a time this summer. The reason that she hasn't been on her show is because she's been wrestling TV talent or former TV talent. After facing B Priestley this year, after facing Priscilla Kelly this year, she's now taking on Dani Luna, who is doing, I guess, what you would call a um, yeah, no, like a an American takeover tour for a bit here.
Bit
Dani's
of an
going to be
excursion, I guess,
yeah, a
as
bit
they
of an
call it.
excursion. Dani's going to be based out of Chicago for about 3 months to end this year, and we had the opportunity to be one of her first matches
Nice.
um, here, in the States. As I guess as just as an independent, not happen to be around a TNA weekend, which we got very lucky because Bound for Glory is that weekend. Um,
Oh yeah.
so we're super stoked about that. Dani, if anybody hasn't seen, has been on an absolute tear recently on television, facing former partner Jody Threat. They were part of Spitfire, and Indy Hartwell. They had a triple threat
Mm.
match recently that was insane. Um, Dani's on an up and coming. I love Ray. Personally, she's a great friend. Uh, just yeah, good luck. Like good luck. That's all I got to say to that. She's definitely gonna have her time cut out for her on that one.
Oh yeah. It's always great when you get to have somebody come on your show that has, been around like Dani Luna has, and everything that she's accomplished. And, you know, heck, for anybody there, it's one of those times where it's like, man, to even just be able to pick their brain for a little bit, just a great experience right there.
It really is too, and the cool thing is another talent on the show is actually bringing her in from Chicago. So I'm hoping that that's kind of what happens. I've told people this before, and people get mad at me about it. I don't really care. I'm not doing this to get rich. I'm doing this to help others. I want to see other people succeed, and if that's the route that it goes, I would love for that to happen. Um, so if you ever have the chance, if you're an aspiring pro wrestler and you go to wrestling school, or if you are a pro wrestler and you're looking to get out of it, you don't want to be a 40 miler anymore. If somebody offers you a ride in a car with them and they've been doing this for anything longer than 6 months, take the ride.
Mm,
Take the ride. Even if they've been doing it 6 months, take the ride. You might
for
find a
sure.
life. If you're not friends with that person, you might find a lifelong friend. You might find a partner. You might find a tag partner, somebody to come up
Hey,
with through the industry. It's not a bad thing.
oh, for sure.
It's an industry that'll chew you up and spit you out if you're not prepared for it. So,
It very, very much can. I know, heck, I've seen it happen both before the podcast and heck, even some during it with some people.
mhm.
It happens. Now, you guys are also having some returns and a debut or two, but I want to talk about the return. And I always feel bad when I think I'm like mispronouncing somebody's name, but Noelle Summit.
Noelle Summit, yes, Noelle Summit, the marionette, she's pulling strings. So what's really cool is I finally get to talk about this match. I
Yeah,
finally get to
because
talk about this. I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited. Um, because I know the creative mind that is Noelle. I'm excited to see what is going to happen there. And I know the absolute determination that rests behind the mask of Stella Buho.
I was gonna say when I saw the announcement of her gonna be at this show, and then seeing the match graphic for the show, I'm like, huh, yeah, that seems fitting.
So, at feeling this, Freya, Freya the Slayer was unable to participate. She was injured at the time. So last minute, Noelle let us know that she was coming to the show. It wasn't an invite. It was a, hey, I'm gonna be there. And
Yeah.
we said, okay. Noelle was able to step in for Freya and take on Stella Buho at that show. Stella was victorious. Noelle has stated that she's not okay with that. That is not how that goes down. That is not how she operates. And then she stated that in a really creepy way where she was kind of like the whole thing. For the old heads out there, think Thriller. For the younger people my age, think the NSYNC song where they're in the
Oh
box.
yeah, yeah.
And then for the super young people, I don't know. Do you guys know what a puppet is? Like a marionette?
No,
Anybody under
I
like
know the
25?
puppets I really know of anymore are either like maybe dating myself, but the classic Muppet stuff,
Ah, no, Muppets are timeless. Muppets are a
or
timeless thing.
well, no, I Fozzie, Animal, Swedish Chef, love them. That or Jeff Dunham's
Ah,
guys.
yeah. Well, anyway, if you've ever seen Pinocchio, that's kind of what we're dealing with here with Noelle. But Noelle came to us and said, "That's not how I do things. I was ill prepared for this last match, and I want a rematch." Stella, being the absolute just stalwart competitor that Stella is, said, "No problem. I'll take it on." It's not what she did. I don't know why I fell into a slight Italian accent there. We're not going to talk about that. Stella basically said, "Hey, I take all competitors. It doesn't matter if I beat them before, I'll beat them again." But Stella does take everything very seriously as well.
Yeah.
So there's no oversight that's taken into this. Stella understands that Noelle can be a dangerous competitor, especially when Noelle said that she wanted to play by her rules, which is what we're having. We're having Halloween, a little shop of horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors match. That,
Yep.
like,
So
yeah, that
I
just
can't
sounds.
tell you what it's going to involve because I'm going to be honest, I don't know what Noelle's going to show up with. I can
Yeah.
tell you that it's not going to be glass because I was like, look, I understand. Please don't do this. We love the venue. The venue doesn't want this. Please don't do glass. She could show up with candy glass. I don't know. Could show up with pop rocks. I honestly I have no idea. My bet is a big old bag full of circus peanuts, if I had to guess, because those things are not exactly soft.
Yeah, definitely not.
But with that said, I don't think that Stella is in a position where they are going to be afraid of anything. They are the guardian owl. They are, she is very clearly, obviously, she is a flow mainstay at this point,
Mhm.
and has never backed down from any challenge that I've seen her take on. I mean, hell, she was going to take on Freya the Slayer, and Freya's got a foot and a half on her. So I don't see any reason why Stella would have an issue with this, other than the just pure unpredictability of Noelle.
Oh yeah, that like oh man, when I saw Little Shop of Horrors, I'm like, Oh man. Like
Feed me, Seymour.
yeah, just the like
She
me,
might pull Rick Moranis out of a bag. I have no idea.
dude, that would be epic. Because heck, I was just watching Little Giants over the weekend. But
Oh, such a great movie.
such
Speaking of which, can I deviate real quick while you
oh
brought up
yeah,
Little
go ahead.
Giants? There's this wonderful up and coming competitor that I hope to have on Divine someday who's competing out of like I want to say the Chicago, Iowa area. Her name is Josie Valentine and she goes by Icebox. And I
Yeah,
love that. I heard it and I'm like, I need you to be on our show. I need you to come here. I love Little Giants. I was like, and I don't even know if you know what that's from, but I'm really open. I'm pushing to see Josie Valentine in Divine next year.
oh,
So
that would be epic. That would be epic. And speaking of debuts, Regan, Lydale. I keep on, I get tongue
Regan
tied.
Lydale.
Lydale.
It's yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, I
Lydale,
feel
Lydale. I don't know. Reagan. She goes by
Reagan.
Hot. She goes by Hoss Hippie as well. If you
Ooh,
want some, yes, definitely a sizable competitor.
I
Knows
like
how
it.
to quite a powerhouse of a competitor, but also an absolute sweetheart of a human.
That heck, that is. Those are the type of wrestlers I kind of gravitate towards. Those just powerhouses. And the match that she's going to be in, a triple threat. We mentioned earlier Heather Blue and also Celeste.
Yes. Yes, Celeste is a an up and coming wrestler in the Chicago area along with Regan. Regan's been around for a little while now doing her thing, established herself. Um, Nothing but kind things to say about Regan. We're going to see how Celeste does handling things, especially with Heather. Heather's a rather devious competitor. There's a reason she's constantly sniffing around the belt, whether it's at our promotion, whether it's at another, another place. She currently holds a couple of belts in some other locations, and it's because she is known for doing whatever it takes. Um, I'm intrigued to see how this goes down. I don't have obviously I don't have a horse in this race. I know Heather has been a Divine mainstay since Divine made its return. And I know what she's capable of. So Reagan could have all the size in the world. Celeste could be the greatest high flyer you've ever seen, but I wouldn't put it past Heather to pull something out and
Oh,
get
yeah.
the dub.
And I mean, we've seen examples of, you know, contrasting sizes and styles in triple threat matches as of late. This one sounds like it could be right up the same alley. And, a lot of those still ended up turning out some pretty damn great action. So I'm anticipating much the same there.
If you haven't seen it from the last show, Heather took on Chelsea Lyons, Chelsea the mother. And Chelsea's not, Heather's rather, I don't want to say diminutive. Heather is a smaller competitor, but knows how to use that to her advantage. And she has just been on this absolute mean streak. And I don't know whether it's her time in AIW, her time down at NeoPro. But Heather has got this reignited fire, and I wouldn't want to stand in her way. You could tell by the end of the night, Chelsea had a souvenir to take home with her. Um, yeah, it's Heather's on something, and even after succumbing to defeat at the hands of Stxrm Garçon with the Divine Pro title on the line, uh, Heather still was, gave Storm everything she had, and that was two matches in one night. She's been blowing my phone up about, wanting another shot at it. I'll do my best, but I can't guarantee anything right now. It's kind of just work your way through the process. We all know how it goes.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I wouldn't put anything past Heather, but we're super excited to have Celeste and Reagan in the house for that.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be a great one. And now another, well, kind of triple threat match, but this time tag team competition. And I gotta admit, I'm a fan of tag team wrestling, and there's definitely been some unique tag team names out there, and they're let's just say all three of the names of the teams in this match are definitely unique. One in per well, one in particular really got me like, holy, that's something. MILF and cookies. I was like,
Yeah.
what? And then another one, people hate the word, but it's the name of the team, Moist. And then
Me-
social crashouts.
Yep. Yep. So I got to give you a little bit of history behind the social crash outs. Leela Hall is quite the bubbly personality, and uh, Ricky Morris is not. Ricky Morris is very,
Yeah.
she'll put, listen, one of them was one of them was in, was like the homecoming queen. The other one was the one that would put you into a locker. Um, that's where social crash outs came from. They're very much what they see as two peas, they're two different sides of the same coin though. They both have a competitive fire amongst them. I'm glad Leela's able to join us back up. Ricky Morris has wrestled on every I believe every Divine show since yeah, I think Ricky Morris is the only one that's been on every Divine show, which is fantastic. I'm happy to have her. Um, and this is the greatest part about this match is I love all of them. They're so much fun. This is going to be good old classic. Like if you love, I would say like mid 90s, like early to mid 90s WCW tag team wrestling, this is going to be the match for you. Um, MILF and Cookies is on a tear right now. Juniper has never lost in Uplift in the two shows that we've been there. Um, Starting on is just getting onto a hot streak, which is awesome. Steffi Mack, who Junie faced in her first match in the original Sapphire series, they became a tag team. They are on a tear. They've wrestled outside of there in North Carolina. They wrestled a couple of weekends ago. And what was really cool is that was something that was born at Divine. Like MILF and Cookies was born at Divine. It was born at Uplift. And now it's gone on the road. It's gone places. And
Nice.
women's tag team wrestling is not a thing that really exists. It's
Yeah.
not it's such a rarity. Like you have you have the killer or like you have the I think believe they're the Killer Bees. You have the Hex, Marty Bell and Allison Kay.
Mm,
You've got the Page sisters. You've got the Goons. You have Sage and Briar Hale, the Hale twins.
oh
Other
yeah.
than that, though, you really don't have a ton of women's tag team wrestling. And so we looked at this and went, hey, we have an opportunity to do something really cool. We can actually make a full tag team division. Divine has 5 tag teams within it right now, and we're always looking to add more, which is awesome. But what's really cool is that like they're all really good singles competitors as well. So it's not a
Mm,
situation where if somebody's
yeah.
not available for a show, because that happens in indie wrestling, guys, people get really cool opportunities, and until we're like the top opportunity for them, the top opportunity, if you will,
Mm,
um, they they take those chances, or if they're booked ahead of time, they keep their
yeah.
bookings. It is what it is. But that leads us to like a team that has really grown on us since we first met them at feeling this back in May, and that's Moist. Moist, the master of interstellar space travel. Um,
Nice.
they are two of the I don't normally like I love it. Anybody that I book on the shows, I would always tell anybody to book. If you don't have Moist in your locker room, you're doing yourself a disservice. They are two of easily the best people to raise the mood. Like you could have the worst day ever, and if Mars and Evelyn come in, you are suddenly not having the worst day ever. I mean, them and Milf and Cookies hugged after the last match, right? Which you see happen in wrestling, but like they don't want like they're fighting them because the tag queens crowns are on the line, but
Yeah.
it's not because they hate them or anything. It's just
Yeah.
they all have a common goal, and if they could work towards that common goal together, they would. But we have an end thing in sight. um they are just incredible. And honestly, what was weird is at the feeling this show, we didn't even have or we only had Mars booked in singles action. And then we had Mars booked in a triple threat actually, and then Evelyn came with her, and so we were able to convert it into, well, clarification here. We didn't convert it into it. Mars converted it into a tag match. Because she came out third for a triple threat and thought that the other two, Ricky Morris and not Ricky Morris, but Carter Kaufman and Rory Shield, she thought that they were a tag team. They are not. I would like to clarify that they are. Carter Kaufman is as part of a tag team with Leela Feist. They're not a tag. Her and Rory are not. But Mars didn't care. Mars decided that they were. So she brought her tag partner out, and when people just do things like that, A, I love it because I don't have to think about stuff. But B, I'm not gonna stop them. They were a blast. They are, yeah, this is gonna be good old classic tag team fun.
I
It's just
love
gonna
it.
be so much fun. And with the way that Uplift is set up, like you can stand next to the ring. Like you can stand a foot from the ring. It's fine. We don't have barricades. It's standing room only. The crowd is super respectful. They're super into it. Um, I'm excited for this. This is going to cap the show. This is the main event for the show.
Nice.
Um, and so it's really cool too because we're able to crown the tag queen champions. Obviously, like I said, wrestling at Uplift. Uplift is a queer bar. They do drag shows. Drag queens, tag queens. You
Hey,
know, kind of fits together. That's what we're
it
going to
fits.
do. And the really cool thing about this is these championships will only be defended at Uplift. These are Uplift specific
Nice.
championships. So if we do a show somewhere else, you might see a number one contenders match, but the tag crowns will never leave the bar. They will always be at the bar. They will always be up on the wall, forever and always. Divine and Uplift will be cohesive in some manner. So
That is awesome. That's a pretty cool thing right there, and I'm excited to get to see that main event happen. I'm not going to be there and be able to be there in person, but I'm I've always been a big proponent of tag team wrestling, and this one sounds like it's going to be right up my damn alley, including. Okay, I got to admit, I got a damn kick out of the name MILF and Cookies.
yep, you know what was great is that originally their tag team name was EDM for elegant, dangerous, and mythical because Junie goes by used to she was Juniper, she's the muscle Midwest muscle mommy. Junicorn, if you're super old, was kind of like a unicorn.
Mm.
And Steffi Mack is the festy bestie, right? So EDM, she got a lighted hula hoop, comes out, does all the moves, really fun, super energetic, crowd is into it. But then at some point, they just went with the MILF and Cookies thing. And again, I'm not going to stop them because I think it's great.
Oh yeah, they got a fan in me already. Already, I'm loving it. Now, this show, October 10th. I know this episode will be dropping about a week before, and I know tickets still like I know the venue size, but tickets still available. I
Tickets are
imagine.
still available. Look, until the fire marshal tells me I can't put people in the building, we will put people in the frickin' building. Okay. So the cool thing is that, and this is a tip to promoters out there everywhere. When they do that sign on the wall that says, "Hey, this building has an occupancy of so many people," right? They never account for you putting a 16 by 16 wrestling ring in there to take up that size for those people. So pack that place as full as you possibly can with all of those people, as long as everybody's safe and there's an exit available. Run your show. Run your show because it's going to be incredible. And so that's our goal with this. Listen, this October 10th show, tickets are online, $15 per ticket online, $20 at the door. That is what the tickets are for this show. You cannot go and do something else for 15 bucks.
Yeah.
It's a Friday night. You can come after work. If you want to wear a costume, we're encouraging that because it's Halloween. Who doesn't love a costume party? Look,
Hey,
maybe we'll do best costumes. And whoever wins that gets two free tickets to the next show, which is January 31st, 2026, because we have our 26 dates already. Which is awesome. I love that. I love that I'm
yeah.
able to have a one up on other promoters in the area by telling them what my dates are.
Sure.
Um, yeah, it's such an incredible experience to be there and have that. Uh, Really, the biggest inspiration that I had when it came to this show was Hood Slam. And if
Mm.
you're a Hood Slam fan, you know that Hood Slam is technically no more. Hood Slam died last weekend, and there's a new show starting. Still the same owners, still same everything. Dark Chic, and
Mm.
we love Dark Chic. We're we want Dark Sheik at the Vine. I'm not going to say it's going to happen, but I'm going to try. I'd love to see. Maybe we see. Who knows? Maybe Stxrm Garçon holds on to the belt. We get to see a Stxrm Garçon Dark Sheik match. That would be incredible.
Would be.
Um, I can tell you this: 2026 is going to be a big year for us. We're looking to bring in new competitors. We're always looking for cheap shill. This we're looking for sponsors. I'm not going to lie; it's expensive to run a wrestling show, but we do the best that we can with what we have. Um, yeah, that's really it, man. I'm so happy that I've had you or that you've been able to have me on. Love coming on here. Drinking at Moe's has been such an incredible partner to Flow, who is our sister promotion. We're hoping to do a show with Flow next year. I know I said
That
that
would be.
earlier, haven't set any dates, but that would be great.
That would be. I would love to see it, and I'm proud to have you on as always. Getting into next year, we'll have to, you know, get you back on again. I know I'm looking into December and January right now because November's pretty much already filled up.
Hmm.
So I'm looking forward to it. Getting you guys back on again because you're welcome back absolutely anytime. But before we go, remind people, where can people find Divine Pro Wrestling social media wise, so if they don't already have their eyes on you, they can go ahead and get them there because damn it, they should have their eyes there already.
You can find us at Divine Pro Wrestling. It's all one word, no spaces, stuff like that. IG, on Instagram. That is a great place to find us. Divine Women's Pro Wrestling on Facebook, because apparently I can't change the name. By the way, we are Divine Pro Wrestling. We just happen to be a women's company, but DPW, not to be confused with Deadlock. Those guys do great stuff, but we're not Deadlock. Um, anyway, Divine Pro Wrestling on Instagram, Divine Women's Pro Wrestling on Facebook. I'm working into a couple other areas. We should have our own dedicated YouTube channel coming out soon as well. For the meantime, though, Title Match has the first 2 week exclusivity on all of our stuff, so you can find our stuff on Title Match Network. If you want a coupon code, hit me up on the DMs on that. I'll be more than happy to do that. I think it's like 50% off for 3 months or something. And it's really not that bad. I think it's $8 before the
Yeah,
code.
that's not bad.
And you can watch all kinds of stuff too. I think they even have like the old Shimmer stuff on there. Um, then yeah, so they're that, and then they also post our matches usually about a week after they've been on the channel. They post them up on YouTube for free. But if you want to watch the full uninterrupted show with all of the story
Yeah.
building and everything, it's on Title Match Network. You can find me here on Drinking at Moe's because I don't really do any other podcasts anymore. But yeah, if you want to reach out, if you want to be part of Divine, if you want to help us out, if you want to buy a t-shirt, we got t-shirts coming in. They're this logo, but they're the new
Mm,
pink and blue instead of the yellow. We'll have
nice.
those. Yeah, we'll have those up soon. If you want a hoodie, we gotta order it because those are really expensive. Just a heads up. I love our merch guy, Sean Evans over at Face Kicked Apparel. It's just, man, whoever his hoodie supplier is expensive to him too. Uh, so trust me, he's a wrestler. He knows he's trying to sell his own hoodies and they're expensive. Um, but shirts are reasonable, and we can ship shirts too for a nominal fee. Or if you want to like package something together, we can definitely make that happen. Otherwise, yeah, I love being on here. I think you're doing a fantastic thing. You're doing a great service to everybody. You're one of the easiest podcasts to come on and talk. And hey, everybody that's watching, this guy is a father and he is tired. You should watch his stuff. You should comment, you should subscribe. As one tired parent to another tired parent, I totally understand the grind. He is not doing this and getting paid for it. He's doing this out of the kindness of his heart. And if you can get him to a point of monetization or like a really cool play button on YouTube or something, that would be dope. So try to do
Oh,
that.
that would be epic. I thank you so much for those kind words because yes, after the last day or two and the big storm keeping up the little guy last night that I mentioned, yeah, caffeine was my friend today.
We're
And
glad to
that
hear
didn't
it.
even help.
And maybe next time we'll bring Peapod on with us too. We'll see if we can
Yeah.
do that.
All the love to Peapod. That is about all I have. We'll get all of the socials in the description. Again, thank you so much. Always an absolute pleasure having you on. And like I've already said, you're welcome back absolutely anytime.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much again.
My issue with this stinking button. Hopefully, I don't